All right, y'all, what's up? We are here for Young and Reckless episode 5. We're making it to episode 5. We finally got to another day on the show because we've been literally on the same episode for 4 or 5 episodes, or on the same day for 4 or 5 episodes. But shout out to y'all as always for showing love. Please continue to thumbs up the video. Please continue to be in the comments, sharing the video, subscribing as always. And yeah, this one was interesting. And I'm pretty sure I might have an opinion that might be unpopular. But we'll see. That's not that's not out of the norm here, but we'll see. But let's go. All right, so we get back to where we left off, which was Kayla versus Jewels. And they end up running an official round. And Jewels was actually catching Kayla. I was expecting Jewels to get dog walked in this, at least in my opinion. I'm like, I don't really see too much from Jewels, but the way that Kayla swings all wild and hard, I was expecting Jewels to not really keep up. And for the majority of the fight, Jewels was actually giving it to her. And as Zaniyah was stating, she was catching her. She was macking her. But Kayla did come back towards the end where she was hitting them hard punches and like really out wide just with it. But Jules, in my opinion, I'm giving that to Jules. Jules connected more for me. She connected more for me. She controlled the fight for the most part. So Jules got that one for me. Yasmin, as they're going down to the ground, Yasmin is in between security trying to grab Jules' hair. And she's doing that. And Kayla was like, Jules got her face busted and knotted up and black eyes, which she did. I was shocked. I was like, where did that knot come from? Because like Kayla hit her a couple times, but I'm like, damn, did she really hit that hard to where she really did that? But she was like, go get your lick bag. Like, essentially get your lick bag because I don't mind. Basically stating, if you need another round, I'll give it to you. But Jules, she trying to figure out who else got on top of me because I know I felt somebody pulling on my finger waves and I know I was on top of Kayla, so I know it wasn't her, so who was doing it? And she was like, I mean, I felt it because I was on top of Kayla. But Ferrari is asking Yasmin, why was she jumping? And Yasmin was like, I wasn't jumping. I just had to get my lick back because she scratched me. But Jules is laughing in the bathroom. She's laughing in the bathroom, asking for ice because she sees the knot on her face. And she's like, what the fuck? Like, where did this happen? This is ghetto. And she was like, I don't even think Kayla even hit me to do this. And I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. I'm like, when did that actually happen? Like, when I went back and rewatched it, the punches, I didn't really see it connect to that side of the face, but maybe it did. Maybe it did. And the way Kayla be swinging hard, she do be hitting hard. So I wouldn't be shocked. But Jules stated she didn't feel it whenever they was fighting. But she then says like she's never had a knot before in her life, and this is ghetto. And she's sitting here laughing, and it was so funny. But Kennedy is in there with her getting her hand dealt with. But she ends up telling Jules that she got jumped, essentially. Like, you got jumped. And she was like, I knew it. Somebody got to run this for me. Or at least somebody got to run it. But they're going to have to wait until this knot goes down a little bit. But Kayla is in there with that lip. That lip is even more busted. Like, you could tell it's like bloodshot now. Like, the knot, you could tell it's starting to really expand. And it looks disgusting. It looks disgusting. But Ferrari then makes them play the game. Hennessy, she's up first. Her question was, which OG should not be there? You got Nug over here cheering and saying, legacy, legacy, legacy. I'm glad Hennessy didn't say that. Hennessy was like, legacy's cool. Like, Hennessy, it seems like they're trying to make her out to be a follower, but in this moment she proved that she wasn't. But we'll see later on. But she ends up stating Sai. She says Sai should not be there. She said, like, essentially, I don't know you. You here, but you shouldn't be. I don't disagree with that at all. But Sai's sitting there not having anything to say. But Ferrari, she then brings up Lauren next to play, and hers states to either suck a toe and then beat a hoe. And she was like, I mean, can I take a shot? Because I don't have beef with nobody else. Minnie is right here, but she drunk. So basically, she's like, I'm not going to take advantage of her because she's drunk. You get cool points for that, Lauren. You get cool points for that because she could have easily did it, but she didn't do it. And I think that was very, very noble of her. And it made it look like, okay, well, I'm not going to just beat up on somebody, especially whenever they're not all the way there. But she ends up taking the shot, and she said it was nasty. Everybody got to see the bottom of the shot, and apparently it was nasty. Caribbean, first time we really seeing her, she gets up there and does a strip tease. Nene then joins the rest of the girls, and she's still wanting to fight Chastity. But she was like, I mean, I would have felt like I was dragging it because everybody else is having fun right now. Zaniyah, being a good sport, she's getting involved, even though her eye is still fucked up and she's still tight about it. We get Guan Goody. Completely forgot that she was there. But she comes up and she has to kiss the 3 most attractive girls to her in the house, and she chose Caribbean, Yasmin, and Minnie. The 3 most attractive girls in the house, in my opinion, is Alexis, Caribbean, and Chastity. Those were my 3. Yeah, those are my 3. But that's what she chose. She kissed all 3 of them. Ferrari sends the girls upstairs and is like, go upstairs and get ready because we're going out. They're going to Magic City. But as everybody's getting ready, you got Minnie and her drunk ass. And Yasmin and Nug, they in there packing her shit to get her out of the room. And Ferrari's like doing the most in her confessionals. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't stand Ferrari's confessionals. It's the head motions and the forced like hood dialect that she got going on. Everything about Ferrari just don't seem natural. It's just like, just be you. You don't have to do all the theatrics. Like, she does too much in the confessionals, just like she does too much in real time. Like, the way she talks, you can tell it's forced. But Yasmin is making Minnie get the fuck out of that room. She's like, you got to go. But Minnie's in her confessional stating that she understood where Yasmin was coming from because she is drunk, but essentially is giving storyline. To me, I think the same. I honestly think the same. Do I think they're getting sick of her? Yes. But do I think that they're doing this for a storyline? Yes. Like, both things can be true. But she then says that she doesn't want people to perceive her as this drunk as she is looking right now. But whose fault is that, Minnie? Like, you got to get it together. It's day 1 and you've been acting a fool. Acting a plum fool. But security ends up bringing her over to a room where Lauren's at. And I'm like, was that set up? But she's in there running her mouth with Lauren, obviously because she's drunk and she got that liquid courage. And Lauren's sitting there going back and forth with her. You could tell by the way Lauren's responding, she doesn't really want to engage because she knows that she's drunk. But when you got somebody who's drunk trying to press you like that consistently, you're going to give it back to him. And that's what she was doing. But they end up heading out to Magic City. And Hennessy, she's in there. Actually, before they get to the club, she's checking Zaniyah's temperature on the bus. And she's pretty much stating, like, I was expecting to get my lick back from you on this show. And since I didn't get it on the last one, I essentially want to get it now. But she's pretty much checking her temperature to see where she's at right now. But Zaniyah pretty much told her, like, I'm about to postpone this. That's basically what she was doing. She's like, my eye is looking like this. I don't want it to close all the way up. But essentially, you can tell Zaniyah is on that. She's ready whenever she's going to be ready. But you could tell Zaniyah in the moment, A, wanted to have fun. She looks good. Her eye is big. So, like, if she takes another one, it might close up. So, I mean, I get why she did what she did. Some people might take it as her copping a plea. I don't, because I don't think she's scared of anybody. I don't. And I feel like her reasoning for not wanting to fight in that moment is valid. But we'll get to it in a minute. But they go ahead and get on into Magic City. It's a lot of twerking. The strippers are out. Everybody's having a good time. Ferrari, she's feeling some type of way because some of the girls are just chilling. They're not really doing too much. Jules is one of those people. And Jules is like, I look a mess. Like, I got a knot on my eye. You crazy if you think I'm going to be lit right now. I don't blame her at all. This girl just fought like 4 people. 4 people. Keep in mind, this is the same day. The first day. She don't fought that many people. Went multiple rounds with multiple people too. Do you not think she's tired? Like, if we're talking about people that have not even done anything in terms of physicality with fighting, and they're sitting there being boring and kind of being dry, I get that. But with Jules, you have no reason, no reason to be on her head about anything. But they get back to the Sprinter after the club, and you got Hennessy and Kayla. They jumped Zaniyah. And from what y'all told me, Zaniyah either jumped one of the other 2, or she might have jumped both of them. So it's like I can't be mad per se that they're doing it, but I didn't like it. I'm just gonna tell you the way they beat her ass. I didn't like it. I didn't like looking at it. Maybe if I saw what happened with Zaniyah as to why y'all feel the way that y'all do, maybe I would feel different. But I don't really care to go look. But just watching it, I was like, ugh, I don't like that. Because looking at her size and looking at them, they was tearing her ass up. Zaniyah got a heel, though. She up there swinging with that heel. And I was like, I get one of the 2 of them got jumped, or either both of them got jumped, but it just did not sit well with me. I just didn't like it. But Kayla then says, like, I did what I wanted to do because she jumped on me. And, what did I say? She jumped on me, and one of her homegirls apparently, basically Kayla said that she jumped on her and her homegirl, and now she wanted Zaniyah to see how it felt. I mean, I get that though. I get that. If you jump somebody and they want to jump you back, I mean, I get it. I get it. I don't like watching it, but I get it. But Hennessy is now kicking. They're back on the bus and they still kicking. Because then, too, Hennessy ended up hitting Jewels in the process, fighting her while Kayla was getting on Zaniyah. But we'll get to that in a minute. But Hennessy and Kayla, they're standing there kicking. Well, Hennessy's kicking and socking Zaniyah while she got Zaniyah's head while she was kicking her. Kayla's coming over here, popping her in her head. And then you get Hennessy really going to work on her, like hitting her hard. I'm like, damn. But Hennessy and Kayla, they stated that they felt bad in the confessionals. Hennessy more so than Kayla. But Zaniyah then comes back. She's swinging again, causing more commotion. Like Ferrari's in the crossfire. She getting caught. Cameras are flying all over the place. Zaniyah ends up spitting on them when they go outside. Don't like that either. I don't like that spitting. I don't care what it is. I don't like it. But she's calling them weak and shit, and they should have been done jumped her. I mean, I get that too, but have they really been around her to do it? But then again, like, that's what y'all do for a living. Y'all would be the types to call each other up to run the phase. So Zaniyah then says that she felt somebody grab her hair, and she wasn't even mad at Hennessy for doing it. She was like, I'm not mad that you jumped me because you should have jumped me. Like, you should have been got that. But it's the fact that you waited to get with Kayla, a bitch that you already know that I done beat up already, to then have her wanting to get another lick on me. And then not only that, you just met her 2 weeks ago. Zaniyah is sitting there telling Hennessy that she's weak because she needed Kayla to be on that. But Kayla and Hennessy, they're going back and forth for her. They end up stating in their confessionals that they tagged a friend in for her so she wouldn't be fighting alone, which is what they claim whenever they fought Jewels in between jumping her. But Zaniyah was still going in, standing her ground. She said, I pressed Hennessy in the club and she didn't want it then. And she was like, essentially, you just needed Kayla to jump. Kayla is now popping her shit from in the front of the bus with Hennessy. And she running it. But I'm assuming Zaniyah threw something at her, because when she threw something at her, Kayla shut up. She shut up. We ain't hear nothing else from there. But Zaniyah, like I said, she's still standing her ground. And she was like, they jumped me and they still ain't do enough to me. She ain't lying, though. Like, when you take apart the eye, which we already know happened from another fight, she looked the same way she did coming in, so they really didn't do much. Even though they was hitting her hard, she didn't leave with damage. But like I said, y'all don't like Zaniyah, but I'm liking Zaniyah. I am. I like the fact that she stands on all 10. Like, she ain't no punk. Yes, I don't like that she jumped, hearing that she jumped, but she stand on it, and I can't do nothing but respect it. But Snowden says that Zaniyah essentially got one of their chains out of their purses because they left it on the bus. But Zaniyah got it on, and she's sitting there lit on the bus twerking and stuff. So they get back home, and Zaniyah is in there popping her shit. She on top of the table talking it. Zaniyah then says that Hennessy had so many opportunities to jump me, but you needed Kayla to do it, and you didn't eat like you thought you did. She feeling herself. Zaniyah then walks off and tells security, when I come back, make sure you have these bitches right here because I'm waiting on them. I said exactly. But she's upstairs with Ferrari now telling Sai because they're roommates. And Sai claims that she's going to get in the field with Zaniyah. For those two girls, please. You will get your ass beat. You will get beat up. Zaniyah better go pull Alexis to fight. Or go pull Nug. You fighting for her? Absolutely not. But Zaniyah ends up stating, like, why am I not fucked up? It's two of y'all big ass bitches against my little old 115-pound ass. True. But she was like, my face should be rearranged. Like, y'all did nothing. Yes, this eye is here, but that happened from another fight. It had nothing to do with y'all jumping me. So she's not lying. And she says, essentially, I got your chain and I'm not giving it back. I don't care who anybody tells me. I don't care who comes up to me and tells me to do it. I'm still not giving it back. But the next day, we got Ferrari and Legacy in the office with Naya, which I'm assuming is a producer. They're making decisions on who they want to eliminate. Legacy says, like, there's been people in the shadows that I ain't even know was there. I agree. There's a lot of people who I was like, who? But Legacy then says that Nug, obviously she wants her to go. She said, because I don't want to hear her deep-ass voice in Mexico. I want to have a good time. I want to be on vacation. She says Sai should go because essentially, like, you ain't giving nothing. Like, you came back from that reunion and you up here doing nothing, per usual, like Alexis said. But she then says that she hasn't seen much from Keebaby and Amber, even though Amber is cool. So Ferrari then says, yeah, I agree with some of what she said. Ferrari obviously wants Nug and Sai to stay. Nug, I can get it. I can understand why she would, but Sai, for what? For what? But Ferrari then says that Keebaby, Caribbean, Minnie, and Jewels should go. I was going to say two of those, but really, I mean, two, I guess I can see two. Caribbean, obviously. I can completely see that. even though she is pretty, which I feel like she fits the vibe of what Young and Reckless is in terms of just being pretty, she's definitely a background character. Keebaby, to a certain extent, you can call her a background character, but she at least got out there. She got out there, but apart from that, I could see why she would say that because she hasn't really been on the screen unless she was fighting. Minnie and Jewels is crazy. Minnie has been literally the focal point of the season. She's literally been the focal point of the season. Yes, I guess she's annoying, but like that makes no sense. Jewels, the minute she stepped in that house, she been on business. She fought 4 or 5 people, multiple different rounds. Ain't scared, ain't a punk. She's pretty. She puts that shit on. She look good. She stand on business. She's everything that you claim you want when it comes to being young and reckless. So why would she be one of those ones? But Ferrari says that you don't really see much from Keebaby, even though she's staying on business. She says Caribbean was lit in the club, and I ain't really seen much from her that is really giving reckless. She says Minnie is drunk all day and likes to sleep essentially all day. So if you state it from that perspective, I guess I get it. Because in terms of production, you need to be active. You need to be on the camera. You need to be doing something to keep the show moving along. So I get that. But Jules, she made no sense. She said she fought Nugget ever since then. She's been quiet. Since when? Since when? She fought Yasmin. She fought Hennessy. She fought Kayla. Like, what about that is quiet? What? But Nia then says, yeah, she fought a couple people. Pretty much what I just said. And Ferrari then says, like, I was trying to get her to turn up in the club, but she wasn't really giving me nothing. Like I just said, she literally fought 4 bitches, multiple rounds. She's tired. Give her a day. Like, you acting like she ain't done nothing the whole season. And she just sitting in the club just looking around. Like, what, Ferrari? You sound stupid. But Legacy ends up stating, like, it's a lot of people that I just don't know. Like, I ain't really seen them here. You ain't fighting, but when you do fight, you at least got to turn around and be turned up at the club. I mean, I get it. Legacy's a different breed, though. Legacy can get in there and get beat up and still get back and be lit. But they all agree, essentially, on Caribbean, Minnie, Jewels, and Keebaby being the 4 to let go, which I don't agree with because Guan Goody, she should have been gone. Like, what have you been doing? Sai should have been gone. What have you been doing? Amber, since Minnie, she ain't done nothing. What have you been doing? Like, come on. But they agree on that. Nia ends up asking, do y'all feel like whenever y'all state this, if somebody gonna try and prove themselves or like retaliate essentially? And Ferrari's like, I told y'all yesterday all day that today matters. Like, if y'all ain't doing shit, if y'all ain't showing out, you gonna be sent home. You can't get mad at me. I see your point, but let's see if you stand on it. But the next day, well, not the next day, it's the same day, but they end up getting the girls all out there outside. And Ferrari and Legacy are pretty much letting them know we've pretty much made the decision on who we want to send home. Legacy says, like, some girls, some people fought, but some were in the shadows and others just were not present. Ferrari then says that we've been watching you. I've been watching your every last move. I've been watching what y'all been doing in the club, fighting. And she was like, essentially, y'all don't have to fight all the time, but you have to mingle, get to know each other, like, be a part of the show. I get that. But Ferrari then states the names, and we get Caribbean in the confessional talking about something. I'm not going nowhere. I know I'm not going nowhere. What have you done, Caribbean? What have you done? But Ferrari then says Keebaby and Caribbean, and we couldn't even see the rest of it because Caribbean's in her confessionals tweaking out. But next week, we got Caribbean pretty much vouching for herself, fighting for her spot. Kennedy fights Lauren because Kennedy feels like Lauren should be the one going and not Caribbean because she feels like Lauren didn't do shit in the club. Lauren's had a presence on the show, Kennedy. But Lauren is sitting there calling her dirty, which I find funny because it's seeming like a running joke that Kennedy might not be too clean. But we get the PJ versus the coach situation. When I say the PJ, the private jet coach, that's starting a fight between Keebaby and Kennedy. That beauty. Alexis Sade. There is nothing more attractive than a badass woman like her that can fight, stand on business, not scared. She's a goddess. She is a woman. She calls out Guan Goody. Like I said, what have you been doing? She walked in there and saw her sitting there. She said, what are you doing? You ain't even done nothing. Guan Goody talking about something. What did you say? She said, you heard what I said. Exactly what I said. And then Guan Goody's talking about something. I think I'm going to need that. Alexis says, you going to need what? And then she gets to her confessionals and says, like, I heard her saying she going to need that. She's like, okay, well, you going to get that. Like, we're going to get there right now. And Alexis was tearing her ass up. Tearing her up. All face shots. All face shots. Guan Goody was too busy trying to pull Alexis. Again, y'all need to stop trying to pull her. She comes from the shoulders and she don't do nothing but punch. And she's accurate. Y'all gonna get tired of trying to pull the prettiest girl on the show because she gonna tear you up every time. I can't wait to see that in full. And then Legacy pops the fuck out of side. Can't wait to see that. Next week is gonna look. Next week looks good. It looks good. But if y'all got this far and haven't already, thumbs up the video, drop a comment, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.